Stop underestimating how far you can go. This is a message I need you to hear today, because there's something so heartbreaking that happens to so many people. They don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they believe they are incapable. They talk themselves out of dreams they are fully capable of achieving. They shrink their own talent. They lower their potential, and they settle for so much less than they deserve. It's not because they aren't good enough, but because they were never brave enough to believe they could be more. Today, I want to shake something awake inside of you. I want you to understand, deep in your bones, that you have absolutely no idea how far you can truly go. Let's start with a truth that might surprise you. You have never seen your full power yet. Most people on this planet will go their entire lives without ever tapping into even 40% of their true potential. And it's not because they're lazy. It's because somewhere along the way, they were made to believe that their limits are real. But just think about it for a moment. You have survived every single thing life has thrown at you so far. Every storm, every heartbreak, every setback, every mistake, every moment you thought you couldn't go on. You have carried burdens that would have completely broken someone else. You are already so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. And if you're this strong just by accident, just by surviving, imagine how strong you would be on purpose. Imagine if you decided to build that strength intentionally. The person you are today is not your final form. You haven't even met your final version yet. That version is waiting for you to decide to become it. The world has trained you to doubt yourself. It's not your fault you feel this way. From childhood, how many times did you hear things like, be realistic, or don't aim too high? Maybe you heard, people like us don't make it, or that dream is way too big for you. And slowly, quietly, without you even noticing, those limits built a home inside your head. But here's the truth that can set you free. Most of the limits you believe in are inherited, not discovered. You learned to doubt yourself. You weren't born with that doubt. You learned to fear your own massive potential. You weren't born with that fear. Every new, incredible version of your life will start with unlearning the old lies that have held you back. Your journey isn't just about learning new skills. It is about unlearning the false beliefs that told you you could unuse them in the first place. You have to unlearn the idea that you are small, because it was never true. So many people get stuck because they believe they need to be extraordinary to start. They wait. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until they feel talented enough, smart enough, or prepared enough to finally take that first step. But the truth is so much simpler than that. You don't become confident before you start. You become confident because you start. You don't become skilled before you try. You become skilled from trying. You don't become extraordinary at the beginning of the journey. You become extraordinary along the journey. Every master you admire was once a beginner who simply refused to quit. Every expert once felt unqualified and overwhelmed. Every successful person once questioned if they had what it takes. What was the difference? The difference was that they kept going anyway. They didn't wait for the feeling of readiness. They created it through action. Here is something you need to give yourself permission for. You're allowed to outgrow the life you once accepted. Sometimes your biggest, most profound growth comes when you finally look at your life and say, I want more than this. This isn't about greed or being ungrateful. It's about purpose. You are allowed to want a better life. You're allowed to want better, healthier relationships. You are allowed to want a career that truly fulfills you and makes you excited to wake up in the morning. You're allowed to want peace in your heart. You're allowed to want joy that fills your days. You're allowed to want freedom in every sense of the word. Wanting more for yourself isn't arrogancy, it's the highest form of self-respect. You were not put on this earth to shrink and play small. You are here to expand, to grow, and to see what you are truly made of. Your future is bigger than the fear you're feeling right now. Fear has a really loud voice, doesn't it? It loves to interrupt your dreams with that nagging question. What if it doesn't work? It paints a vivid picture of failure and embarrassment. But here's what fear never, ever tells you. What if it does work? What if you do succeed beyond your wildest dreams? What if you do become the exact person you've always dreamed of being? What if your entire life changes for the better because of one brave decision you make today? Fear loves to predict failure, but it never bothers to imagine victory. So here's what you need to understand. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is looking fear right in the eye and choosing to move anyway. Every meaningful achievement in human history, big or small, exists because someone refused to bow to their fear. And you, right now, are capable of the exact same courage. Your life can look completely different this time next year. People dramatically underestimate how quickly life can change once you become intentional with your actions. It can start with one decision, one new habit that you stick to. One moment of courage where you say yes to an opportunity that scares you. 1 year of focused discipline. You could look back 12 months from now and barely recognize the person you are today. You could be healthier. You could be so much happier. You could finally be free from old patterns that have kept you stuck for years. You could be in a better career, doing work you love. You could be financially stable, no longer worrying about every dollar. You could be living in the best chapter of your life. And it all starts because you made the choice to stop underestimating yourself. So this is my final message for you. You are capable of so much more than you have ever allowed yourself to imagine. You have strength inside you that you haven't discovered yet. Talents you haven't had the chance to develop. And a vast, untapped potential that you haven't even begun to unlock. So please, stop telling yourself that you're not enough. Stop settling for a life that is less than the one you deserve. Stop shrinking to fit into spaces where you don't belong. Stop limiting a life that hasn't even reached its peak yet. I want you to start believing in the version of you that you haven't met. Because that person is real. That person is waiting for you. That person is possible. And you can go farther than anyone, including you, Ebervelibet. Go, prove it to yourself. Thanks for listening. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.